know what day it is? Motorhome Mondays. The last one of series 2. The last one. Oh, right. No announcements, I don't think. Last week was late. I apologise about that. I had a few too many sherbets. I went out to watch some live music at a pub, and I had a few too many fruit ciders. Then I moved on to the Guinness with blackcurrant for some reason. I never do that. I've never done that. And then the night ended with numerous amounts of espresso martinis, and then we went to a Chinese restaurant. To say I was a bit worse for wear was an understatement. And then when I got back to the motorhome, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to edit Motorhome Mondays right now, because that's just not, it was all filmed, but no, it was not going to go down well. So yeah, it was late. But hey, you gotta live, haven't you? You gotta live. Right, let's crack on with any questions. This week is general questions, anything you want to know. Right, first one from Steve. What's worse in a motorhome, a really hot summer or a really cold winter? I would say a really hot summer. Yeah, I'd say a really hot summer, because once you've, bear with me here, but once you've taken all your clothes off, there's nothing more you can do to cool down. If you haven't got aircon, you're done. That's it. You've got fans and you're just going to be hot. That's it, basically. In winter, you can always turn the heating on. You can put more layers on. You can, wrap things up. You can, have hot water bottles. There's so much more you can do to warm up. Eat a nice hot soup, hot meal. There's so much more you can do. It's a double-edged sword, In the winter, you haven't got much solar. In the summer, you've got loads, so you can use loads. I would say it's easier in winter to get warm than it is to get cool. That's definitely for sure. Next one. If you could find out the complete and honest truth to any question, what question would you ask? These kind of questions, they really get me, because they put me right on the spot. And I should say something wonderful and, really awe-inspiring. Like I would ask something like Yoda or something, but I don't know. Because it's like, you could say the meaning of life, but the meaning of life is whatever you make of life, isn't it really? I don't know. But then what's the key to happiness? Everyone's happiness is different, isn't it? What people make happiness is, I don't know, maybe like what, I don't know. Then what's the key to success? Again, success is very differently measured. So I suppose it just have to be like who killed Kennedy or something. I don't know, because the real great questions are all answered different to us. My success is different from your success. My happiness is different from your happiness. My, meaning of life is completely different to your meaning of life. So all the big questions are like done. They're yours. They're personal to you. And all the other questions, I mean, they're just a bit mundane, really, aren't they? Who killed Kennedy? That's just, I don't really know. Oh, I'm sorry about that one. Next question from Joanne and Steve. If you were marooned on a desert island in your motorhome with one person, who would that be, and what 5 essential items would you need to survive? Gas, electric and water are not allowed, as you would have to improvise. Okay. So you're on a desert island, that's going to be hot. Who would I be with? Do you know what? To be fair, I think it'd be like someone like maybe Peter Kay, Ricky Gervais, or Carl Pilkington. I think they would just make me die, absolutely wet myself. 5 things. What would I need? I'd need an axe or a knife, an axe, a fire kit, a herd of pigs. And something to purify water, a water filter or something, and then I could make the rest. I could deal with that, it'll be alright. A fishing kit maybe. If I can't have a herd of pigs, I'll have a fishing rod and fishing kit, so that'd be fine. Next question from Don. Hey Darren, what do you do about fishing licenses? Do you have any, and do you know where you can fish or not? Fishing license, yeah, you have to have a fishing license every year to have 2 rods, freshwater fishing, coarse fishing. Even if it's private lake, you need to have a license. I've got a license, I have one every year. They're about 30-35 quid. You can get 1 day or 7 day, but I just get a year one. And you can fish pretty much everywhere. Obviously, if someone comes along and says you can't fish here, then obviously you can't fish there. Rivers, canals and private lakes, there might be day tickets to pay on rivers, canals and lakes. It's up to whoever owns or manages that stretch of water or that part of the water. But I must stress, it is catch and release. Catch and release. We don't take no fish. We don't take no fish. Next one. Have you ever had someone act suspiciously around the motorhome or anything scary? Yeah, I've had people act suspiciously around the motorhome constantly. Not constantly, but over the years, yeah. You know, they walk past and they walk past again and they walk past again, and you're like, what are you doing? And then you've got times when I've pulled up somewhere and a motorbike's come rushing down, and then it's like they're there. I'm in Somerset right now with the lads, and they're all mooning me, which is a freaking awful sight. Awful sight. Seeing Pete and Will's arse is not what you want to see on a Monday morning before you've had breakfast. So yeah, I've had people hanging around. I've had people hanging around not because of the motorhome. I think they're hanging around because they're doing some other stuff which is not legal. So they're hanging around to do their stuff and things like that. But anything scary? I had a nightmare once. I don't know why, but you know that when you're falling asleep, you're just falling asleep, and then you jump awake. I had that, but I jumped awake because I thought someone was pulling my leg from the door out the top of the bunk. And to say I pooed myself was an understatement. So, yeah, but no, nothing really freaky, I suppose. No. Next question from Roman Max. I know you love Uber Eats. However, if you cook in your motorhome, what are your top 3 go-to meals? Top 3 go-to meals would be something like chicken fajitas, bacon and eggs, anything meat and eggs basically, and wings. Oh, and one other thing I've been loving right now, which you need to try. Go to Iceland, in the freezer section, in their burgers, they've got a burger called the Big Daddy Burger. Right, they're frozen. They cost £3 and they're £1 in weight, and they've got cheese in the middle and they've got cheese flecked inside. Takes, on the back of the box it says it takes 20 hours to defrost. So just buy it, put it in the fridge, and then the next day, whoo, yeah, cook it very low and very slow. And boy, is that a good burger. I have been loving them lately. Next one from Laura. How do you keep cool in your van during the hot weather? Roof vent open, max fan sucking out the hot air. I've figured out that if you put the fans, if you have quite a few fans, you put them on the floor and aim them upwards. It takes the cool air that's on the floor, which is low, and brings it up and pushes it at you, which is good. And then I have a fan close to me and all on me. I basically have a tornado going on of a lot of fans. All the windows cracked, the roof vent open, so it can take all the hot air out, but keep circulating as much as possible. And then yeah, just try and ride the heat wave basically. Next one from James. Have you ever planned on doing a massive road trip around Europe, taking in the finest and biggest eating challenges, man versus food? I think he actually said versus Motorhome Mondays. Yeah, I'm not into massive eating challenges. I know I am big, I know I love my food, but I'm not into like eating mass quantities. I can put put away wings. I can tear wings away, but I'm not into eating like 30 hot dogs or something like that on a challenge. I just can't do it, you know. Mandy from John and Mandy, she beats me in eating contests. She trounces me completely. I'm not a fast eater, and I'm not a mass quantity eater. I just eat the wrong food. Do I want to travel Europe? Hell yeah. Do I want to travel the world? Hell yeah. And am I going to do it? Yes. And I'm going to do it traveling the world, eating my way around each stop. I want to share everything. I want to find all these little quirky places that have got beautiful food and share them with everyone, because I think food's great. I love food. You know I love food. Everyone loves food. So yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. Next question from Elaine. Would you ever consider getting rid of a conventional toilet and going for a compost toilet? I actually have thought about this, because I think you can convert them, or there's some kit that you can take that out and put a compost one in. But then I've got to throw away the compost somewhere, which, I mean, I just don't know. I mean, I'm going to have to weigh it up. I really am, because when I do the next motorhome, I will weigh it up and see what's better and what will last me longer on the road. I assume it'll be the compost, but you still have to get rid of your liquid waste, as long as that can go down a drain, I suppose, or in a bush, away from people, obviously. Then you can probably hold a lot more compost waste, but then you've got to find somewhere to get rid of that. So that's the problem with that part. So I will weigh it up, and I don't know, watch this space, I suppose. I'm not opposed to the idea. I'm not turned off by the idea. I'm just haven't researched it enough, to be fair. Next question from Andy. With the national shortage of gas, how difficult are you finding it to refill your safe fuel bottles, or are you relying on solar/battery power? No, I'm not finding it too hard. I mean, there has been a few shut down around my area because all the shells have gone now. So I'm filling up at an Esso now, which is a little bit further for me, and more expensive. But it is what it is. It's still pretty cheap on in relative terms. But now I've got the diesel heater. Obviously, we're not using it now because it's summer. But when the chicken. I'm in Somerset, and I'm on a farm, and there's a chicken there. It's just jumped up on something and made a noise. That's why I looked. So in the winter, I will be using diesel to heat my motorhome. Apart from the only thing I use gas for is for the fridge and for cooking, and to heat the water tank every now and again when I actually want to use the shower. I don't keep the hot water on all the time. I just don't. There's no point. But yeah, no, I'm not struggling as of yet. Fingers crossed we don't. Next question from Paul. How do you store drinking water? Do you drink straight from the mains tank? Do you have a separate tank, or buy bottled or filtered? I do buy bottled. I always have a big bottle of water on hand, or some smaller bottles for ease, just to have. I have got a drinking tap fitted at my sink, which has got a separate filter, so it comes from the main tank, runs all the way through, and then gets filtered, then comes out the drinking tap. That's fine. I have drunk out the main tap for years before I had the drinking tap fitted. No problems. So yeah, all good, all good. Next question from Kevin. How long on average does your tank of water last you, and also how long does a 6 kilo gas bottle last? The water, how long does a tank of water last me? Can last me 2 weeks. If I'm really pushing it and I know I'm not going to fill up, then I could push it to 2 weeks. And then going back to the previous question, I can use bottled water to drink and just use my tank for washing and for showering, and I'll just use bottled for drinking and for cooking. With regards to the gas, again, now I'm not using gas for heating. Mine is a 7.5 kilo bottle, but I'm getting about a month and about 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks out of my bottles now, out of 2 bottles. So probably 3-4 weeks a bottle, give or take, depending on time of year, what you're doing, if you're cooking for loads, if you're having loads of showers. Really, it's all dependent on you and your personal circumstances, really. Next question from Dave. I know you work nights, but because you're always moving around, do you work from a base or depot, or do you just work from wherever you are? Now, I work from a base. I work from an area. I work from Hertfordshire, and then I stay in Hertfordshire while I work. I park in work, and then once I'm finished, once I'm finished work, I then go find a park up. Once I'm on days off, I go off and go chill out, go find somewhere, go hang out with mates, go to the pub and not release Motorhome Mondays on time. I go do what I want. So yeah. Next question from YouTube, from a YouTube comment. Hey Daz, are you happy being a truck driver? What would you change about it? Yes, I love being a truck driver. Brilliant job. I get paid to listen to my podcasts and the radio and all my audio books, and I'm my own little boss kinda when I'm on the road, doing what I do. And yeah, I love being on the road, so it's a perfect job for me. Perfect job. What would I change about it? I would definitely make the minimum. There's a whole driver shortage thing now. I don't really want to get into it, but I honestly believe we should be paid a minimum of £20 an hour, because there's a lot of responsibility on us. We could go to work one day and have an accident of some sort and then not go home for years on end, because you could get arrested at the scene and then you could go to jail. If someone's done something wrong, then quite rightly so, but I mean, the driver's always at fault at scenes. I think it's just, I don't think many people or I don't know how to say it, not respect, I don't know, it's just not, there's not for drivers, and we rely on lorries, and I'm not just saying that because I am a lorry driver, but everything around us. I mean, the camera I'm filming on, the clothes on my back, the glasses on my face, the watch on my wrist, was all delivered on the back of a lorry. All of it. So we need lorries, but we're not promoting people to become lorry drivers, and we're not giving them the money and the things they deserve, the job that they that we're not giving them what they deserve in the job to get them in. So you asked, but I do love it. I love it. I'm not going to change it. With all that being said, I'm not going to change it. I love it. Next question. Very early for this question. They've said that, not me. But will you be doing the Christmas illumination show again this year? It was so much fun seeing you shopping 1 million LEDs with a big smile on your face, like a big kid at Christmas. I've had a few of these questions. Am I going to do the Christmas lights? Because I didn't do them last year. I just didn't feel, I didn't feel it. It was the whole COVID thing. I really weren't feeling it. So yeah, I'm going to do it this year. I am going to do it this year. And if there is any companies out there that do custom cars, custom modifications, or they do lights, they do Christmas lights, they do this or anything like that, and they want to do a partnership, they want to do a sponsor thing and collaborate, I want to fill that motorhome, the inside and outside, of lights. I want the most lights on a motorhome possible. Maybe it could be a world record. Maybe we could actually do that. And then, as long as there's nothing in the dash and the windscreen, I will drive around with them all on, and then I will tell the world about your company if you help me put lights on them. So if there's anyone out there that knows anyone, let them know, put them in touch. And but I do want as many Christmas lights on there. I want it to look awful. I want it to look so good it looks awful. It's gonna look amazing. Yeah, just twinkling down the road as I drive to work at night, and then I'll just leave it in the yard, just twinkling away. Yeah, I reckon I'm going to do the lights this year. It takes a lot of work, so I have to kind of pencil a few days in to get them all on there and get them all going. But yeah, I reckon we should do it this year. Don't you? Don't you reckon we should do it? Right, and the last question. This was from Bruce Lauderdale. Now, he says, what do you think about South Africans coming to the UK, living van life and drinking Diet Coke? and he included this picture. Now, you know what? I'm going to stereotype right now. Most South Africans know their way around a barbecue. So I am more than happy for them to come over here and live van life and do whatever they want. But to come over here and drink stinking Diet Coke, that and that picture is not on, Bruce. Not on. Bruce. Seriously, Bruce, you need to quit that awful drink, Diet Coke. It's disgusting. You need cherry Pepsi Max in your life, and please stop doing these pictures. We don't need that here. We need you barbecuing. We need you to drink cherry Pepsi Max. We don't need Diet Coke. And we certainly don't need that. Right, that is it for Motorhome Monday Season 2. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've missed any of the episodes, then I'll put a link up here so you can go and check them out. More videos will be coming in the next couple of days. And I will catch you, lovely lot, soon. Take it easy. Have a fantastic week. Bye.